Hey Guild, this is Nezarek. Conquest is coming up, so I thought I'd give you my ideas, how I blast through it, and what I did to get to the max gear. And I'll probably do this in sections by each sector. So a couple of things that I want to get even before we even look at Sector 1 guide. Please watch the videos. There's been some great ones, especially by Endall Beall. Been looking through his stuff and it's really good. Also, take a look at Skeltrex and also BitDynasty. I'll throw each one of their sectors and their mini boss feats in this description below. But a couple of things that I'm going to be looking forward to right off the bat are see if I can find the Frenzy consumable. I was not able to the first time I ran through the Conquest. Everybody said look for it. It made that one feat real easy, so I just had to do it manually. I also look for the, I want to call it the evasive stance disc. That might be the name of the feat. It's not a big deal. Hand throws out the evasion up, so you can get through that feat pretty easily. But there's a disc that gives you evasion up for all your characters at the beginning. So I just threw that on before. It made it so I could get through the feat 4 times passively, win or lose. As for the data disc stack itself, the thing that I highly recommend is to get weak points and try to get 2 of them at least if you can. I know that's not always possible, but with weak points, and if you can couple that with a leader's resolve, Darth Vader in the lead spot all of a sudden becomes just like godlike. Because what happens is with weak points, all debuffs give the attacking toon, the attacking ally, plus 4% damage up. So with someone like Vader, if he throws out his Merciless Massacre, gets his Merciless Massacre turn going, and then throws out Force Crush and throws out all those debuffs, the next time he attacks, he goes and gets a whole lot of damage, and that keeps going all the way through his Merciless Massacre. So what I do is throw out my Merciless Massacre, throw out Force Crush on probably the toughest of the enemies, because I'm going to work my way back around with all the damage. Throw out Culling Blade on the next one because that counts as attack and it does a lot of damage. Usually at that point, I've already done enough damage with the Culling Blade to kill the second one, and it's only going to get uglier as I go along. So then I just attack, that keeps increasing his damage, attack, and then when I get to the last one, if there's no summons, you still should be able to get your Culling Blade off. That'll do enough damage and you should be able to mop up. So with that being said, those are 3 discs. If you can get those, Leader's Resolve is 3 dots. The weak points are 2 each, so that'll put you at 7 discs. If you can find any of the other data discs that affect the attack out of turn, especially the ones that give you the plus 4% health and 4% protection, throw Watt into the mix, because then what happens is, I'll show you here with Watt. With Watt's Overseer, at the start of the battle, Separatists and Darkside droids get in max protection, blah blah blah. But what the important part here is, whenever an ally with tech uses a special ability, Watt is called to assist. So if you throw weapon tech right off the bat on Vader, now when Vader attacks, Watt's going to be attacking out of turn. So those health and those protection buffs, they just start kicking in every time he attacks. So when you run into those steadfast retro squads that just give you heartache, he'll weather it because he's got Overseer, or he's got Watt just throwing the attack out of turn stuff going on. So those 2 together, and it really doesn't matter what the rest of your squad is. There you go. He just keeps rolling. So I would try to stack your discs that way. It's huge. You get the one where if someone attacks out of turn, it increases the offense for all allies. There you go. Watt with anything else. So that's how I'll stack my data discs going into this Conquest. So as for Sector 1, to go through there and try to get all the feats, and keeping global cooldown in the back of my head, I'm going to be basically just blasting through with CLS Rebel Squad, and then also Imperial Troopers, just because there's no tanks in either one of those. So those will be pretty much my bread and butter going through there. Light side, dark side have no tanks, out of turn, critical, you name it. So those are going to be the two things I'll use. Bounty hunters might be a way to go if you have a decent enough bounty hunter squad. Mine's right there on the fringe. I'm going to be honest, I didn't do the bounty hunters feat in Sector 1 the first time. It was only 5 discs. I'm probably not going to waste any time on it this time around. I didn't spend as much time with the mini bosses until the very end, so my idea is get through all the sectors, just punch through, get all your data discs, and then come back and clean up any sectors that you didn't 3-star. So the boss feat, I'm going to try to do the recommendation by Endall Beall, which is to try to clear that all up with one team. I don't know if I can do it because my separatist squad's not really up to snuff here, but I'll show you what I have. He recommends using Newt. Newt's way down on the list here for me. I don't have. Newt is sitting at 11. Watt's good. B1 is good. We'll have him at Relic 4. Dooku is hurting pretty badly too. He's at 11. And General Grievous is good. He's sitting there at Relic 4. So not quite sure. Depends on how the data discs stack. I might be able to get through all of those. If I don't the first time, I'm just going to separate it all up. So, but if I can't, I will probably just Galactic Legend and just pound through it and just keep moving on. So